Hello and welcome. So we are matching graphs to their equations. Now we can notice a couple of things. All of these are parabolas. Some of them are vertical, some of them are horizontal. So let's kind of narrow down our list a little bit by remembering what the difference is between a horizontal versus a vertical parabola. Now, a vertical parabola is stuff that we're used to seeing. We've been graphing those for quite a while. So if you have something like y equals x squared, that is your typical vertical parabola. Versus if you have a horizontal parabola, that's going to be a y squared equals an x moment. Right? The difference happens where the square lies. If it's on the x, it's going to be vertical. If it's on the y, it's horizontal. So that means that this is a y squared parabola and this is an x squared parabola. That's an x squared parabola. All right, that's going to be true for all of these. So that's going to help us narrow down the equation. Right now, we can see this first one, we have an x squared, x squared. These two must be these two. And then here we have y squared, y squared. Those must be my left two graphs. And then all we have to do is figure out, okay, well, what's going to be the transformations that place me where I need them to go, kind of a thing. All right, so let's just look at the set of yellow x squared graphs first. So we have 3 x minus 2 squared plus 1. So if we just use transformations, right, these are in vertex form, we can easily just find the vertex, right? So that tells me I'm shifting to the right 2, and the plus 1 tells me up 1. So I look at these two. This is right 2, up 1. Right 2, up 1. Now only one of those are actually true. Boom, that one's right 2, up 1. There's the vertex. This one's a left 2 and up 1. And we can see that left 2 coming from the other equation where it's a plus, because remember, if the transformation is inside a parenthesis, it's going to be doing the opposite direction, kind of what it's saying. So a minus 2 goes to the right 2, plus 2 goes to the left 2, kind of a thing. All right, and then you might be wondering, well, hold on, why does the other one still go up 1 if there's a minus 1 in that equation? Well, that minus 1 is with the y, so when we move it over, right, add it to the other side, that's where that plus 1 comes from to move it up. So that means that C is the first graph and D is the second graph. Yay! Right, now the other one we can tell the exact same way by an easy look at the y transformations here, right? Because it's in a parenthesis, it goes that opposite direction. We just said that. So the first one has a y plus 1. So opposite direction would take us minus 1. So it should be going down 1 on my graph. Now this is the y, not the x. So instead of going up 1, I go down 1. This is it down 1. The other one is at up 1. So that's all I need to even tell these two graphs apart. I don't need to keep going, right? The A is the next, and B is the one after. There we go. So I would just look at those basic transformations and tell where the vertex is to figure out where you want to go. Alrighty, well, that's all I have for you. Thanks for watching.